Good morning, Earthlings. Let me know if my music is super loud because I just changed a bunch of things last minute. Hopefully it's okay and the changes were for the better, or maybe it's not loud enough. I don't know. I have some stories for y'all this morning. So I'm just gonna jam out to the music that I can hear until you let me know how the levels are, because that's what professional streamers do, right? I hope you all are having a wonderful morning. I want to make sure everything is working before I get into the ridiculousness that is the story time I have for y'all. Hey friends! Yes! Cool. Y'all can hear me. Can you hear the music? Let me know. It's finally happening. Love the panda buns. I only one bun today. It's hard to kind of figure out what to do with my hair and wear these big headphones. These were actually originally my gym headphones. So, like, my hair is always just a hot mess at the gym. But I don't know, when you're trying to look okay on the internet for strangers to gaze upon you, it's hard to figure out how to configure all this and your hair. No music? Dang. Okay, stand by. I can barely hear the music. Let's see. How about now? It is like lo-fi beats, so there is that. Can you hear it? Let's go to a different song. Sometimes that helps. I'll turn it down in my headphones so I don't end up screaming at y'all. 4 times the music? Wow. I'm a wait a second because I just upped something and I'm in the future. The reality of streaming is I think I'm like 30 seconds ahead of y'all. I don't know. Is it good now? Okay. I could probably figure out a way to go louder. I forget who it was, but someone last stream gave me a good tip for how to mess with the advanced settings in OBS. Cool. I'm glad you can hear it because I found a new playlist, and hopefully this playlist is acceptable for stream life. Because one thing I learned is if a song in your stream ends up getting caught as copyright, then it's not that big a deal because you can just trim your stream and like cut out like 2 minutes of like a 2-hour stream. Like, who cares? Like, you don't even notice. But what happens, which is kind of crummy, is then your chat replay doesn't work. And I don't know if everyone likes reading the chat, but I'm a weirdo with streams, and I do really like reading and laughing along to the chat. Yes, Jen, I am a time traveler. Time traveler? Wow, I can barely talk today, so what a perfect day to stream, huh? Cool. And I assume that my vocals are good. I'm very loud generally, so there doesn't tend to be an issue with me. Well, good morning or good night, wherever you are in the world. I just want to start this off with like a little story time. I have had, honestly, like, I feel like my actual bad weeks are when I'm just like depressed or something, you know, like actual sad gloomies, and when like bad stuff is just happening, you're kind of like, ugh, this is just adulthood, right? But this past week has just been brutal. So I work retail as my day job, which some of you all know, and we'll circle back to some fun retail and December stories for you all. But on Thursday, they tore down a bunch of woods next to my house, and they're starting to build new houses, which is like kind of sad. I feel like I've been living in like the saddest part of Fern Gully, just like watching all these trees disappear. Oh, my voice does sound sore. Oh yeah, Probably. We'll get into why. Spoilers. So they tore down all these trees next door, and they're building houses, which really sucks. But like, as the modern woman I am, I'm kind of trying to look on the bright side of like these new big houses will probably help my home value. Oh, yay, Bill's here for story time. Perfect. So Thursday, they finally finished tearing down all the trees, and my little Fern Gully self was just crying on the inside. And to do erosion control, they put this really long like hay cylinder down and a ton of hay. And the guys actually were like, they were really nice. They were super apologetic. They're like, oh, we're so sorry we got hay in your yard. And like, we tried to clean it up. It was on your back porch. And I was like, oh, I don't care, whatever. And I say I don't care. But then I go outside and I work remotely and in a physical retail location. But I was one of my remote days, and I go outside, take Django out for a little potty break. I come back in. And I'm like in this video chat for work, and I'm like talking to people, and I'm like, man, I'm really starting to feel like shit. And my nose just starts running, like, you know, when your nose is like running like a faucet. And then I started feeling itchy, and I didn't get actual hives, but like I could just feel the bumps underneath my skin. And then I like kept having this feeling of like, my throat feels kind of tight. Like my throat isn't closing up, but it feels tight. And it's like, you know, when you can't really tell if something's wrong, it was that kind of feeling. And I did not feel good. And that's when I was going to stream, was Thursday night. Yeah, Thursday night. And then I took 2 Benadryls because I was like, something bad is just happening. I've been exposed to something. And it turns out it was that hay. Like, that's the only thing I can think of. It's the only thing that changed in my environment. I take the 2 Benadryls, and then like pretty shortly I'm like, oh, my throat was closing up. I mean, not like I couldn't breathe, but you know when you just can feel the difference between like when something's better and you're like, oh, my ankle was twisted, or like something like that. That's a weird example. That's not a good example. But as soon as I took those Benadryls and I started not feeling so itchy and bad, I was like, oh my God, I can breathe and swallow a lot better. So like that could have been a bad situation. And so I didn't die of an allergy attack. I know. Pretty exciting. We're all glad. But then I was like messed up from the Benadryl, and I'm just like such a baby when it comes to like feeling sick or like any sort of physical ailment. And I was like twitching, and I was so grumpy, and I was getting annoyed with Django. So like that was not a night to stream for me. But I woke up and I felt pretty much fine. Yeah, to stop erosion is don't remove the trees. Yeah, thank you everyone. I'm really glad I'm okay now too. Yeah, it was just crazy. And my theory is it wasn't necessarily just the hay. I think it was more like likely from talking to a few folks that it was probably like mold on the hay, because I used to horseback ride. And I remember feeling like kind of itchy in the stables, but like if you've ever horseback ridden, there's hay everywhere. Like that is what horses eat. It's what barns are filled with. And I never had my throat closing up in a barn. So I think there was some mold issues going on. Yeah. You know, the confusing thing, Peter, is I claim to be this alien vampire, and I was a pretty ticked off that my mortal body let me down like that. I thought I was undead for sure. You're allergic to Christmas trees. I thought you said you weren't allergic to Christmas trees. Maybe I misread your chat in the Discord, Left Wing Dragon. Huh, that does suck. Christmas trees smell really good. But are you allergic to all types of them? Because there's so many variations. There's like Douglas fir, spruce, classic pine. I wish I could rattle off a bunch of Christmas trees and like impress y'all. Wouldn't that be good? So that was my Thursday night, right? Dramatic. Fighting to live. Benadryl. Story of the century. Friday night, or Friday morning, I was supposed to have a closing shift at the store I work at. And they called me and they asked me to open, and they asked me to work the registers, which working the registers in any store in December is just trollolol, but I really do prefer an opening shift to a closing shift because I'm a sleepy baby. But I had an appointment to get my booster shot. The talking thing again, back to get me. I had an appointment to get my booster for my COVID booster, and I didn't want to cancel it because, like, I'm going to fly for the holidays, so I'm like, I need to be powered up for safety. So I go and get my booster, and so I made the decision because I always sleep like this on my left arm, and my left arm is my non-dominant arm. So my logic was like, let me get my booster shot in my dominant arm so I can sleep. And I didn't feel super sick from the booster. Like the last ones I got, I had like hardcore fever and was like out of commission for a few days. But apparently with the Moderna booster, it's like a half dose. So she's like, you should be fine. And I was fine for the most part. But my arm was really, really sore. And so like working the registers and like bagging things as the day was going on, it was just getting worse and worse and worse. And it was fine. I was just really tired. So it was just like a couple of exhausting days. And even yesterday, Saturday, I still kind of felt like tired out from my booster. But before I move on to the best part of the story, these are like the pre-ups to the main story I want to tell you all. I want to just take a moment to talk about a really rude woman I had in the store as a customer. It was just so, like if I was a TikToker, I would have done like a mean TikTok about her. Why am I not surprised you did horseback riding? Yeah, it tracks that I was a horse girl, you know? Good morning, good afternoon. Bye, Bill. Have a great day at work. Berserker Works is amazing and one of my besties, so if you're not already following his channel, do that. Do that. Meow. Okay, so crappy customer. She was buying like $200-ish worth of stuff, which, you know, is not nothing, but like in the type of store I work at, it's like, it's also not like a huge order. But it was Christmas. It's Christmas time. And I was feeling generous and nice. And she was like, hey, I have this coupon. It expired September 28th. And this was on Friday. So she's like 2 months late, you know? Over 2 months late. And she's like, hey, can I use this $20 off coupon? And I was like, you know, it is expired, but I'll go ahead and apply it for you. And I'm like being nice. Like I have to wear a mask at work, but I'm like obviously smiling. You know, you could see it in my eyes. And then she doesn't say anything. Like she kind of like stops paying attention to me, and I continue ringing her up. And it was just like, it was just a little thing, but it really grinded my gears because I shouldn't have, I don't know, like I could have potentially maybe gotten in trouble at work. Like probably not. They probably don't care. But like if a manager had seen me doing that, they would have been like, whoa, stop being so nice. But this lady didn't say thank you. She didn't say anything. And I told another coworker about it, and he was like, oh, you should have just been like, you're welcome. But I don't know. I'm not that sassy. But I was really disappointed because I thought we were going to have this sweet Christmas moment where it's like, yes, take this discount on your stocking stuffers. Have an amazing day. We're friends for this moment. But she didn't even acknowledge the kindness. I don't know. I just feel like we need to acknowledge when people are kind to you. That's my little rant. All right. I'm going to pause for a second. This is coffee in this mug. Someone asked what it's in here. It's coffee. This is cup number 2. I'm normally a 2-cup kind of gal. I don't have my patented Greetings Earthlings Rack Rex art mug, which you can get one at my little merch website if you're interested. But this is a mug I actually got in Iceland. It's one of my favorites because it's small and it doesn't let me drink too much coffee. All right, let me catch up on the chat before we get into the really good story, the best part of the story time. Yeah, working in a warehouse in retail is pretty sweet. And like, I shouldn't whine too much because I have this like weird hybrid role where I'm like only in a physical store location a couple days a week, and then majority of my time I'm working remotely. I I don't know. I mean, working remotely, I guess, is cool. I guess. It's nice to be with Django all day. I will say that, to be with my doggo. Family is grocery retail. Oh, yeah, grocery. Yeah, people, I think... Okay, here is my philosophy on, like, retail behavior and why there's so many, as the internet would call them, Karens. What are the men equivalent? Kens? What's a male Karen? Not Iceland the store, Iceland the place. I've been to Iceland. It's one of the few places I've been to outside of America. Hello, hi. So I feel like, I honestly do feel like Amazon is a huge part of the problem for like customers who are really impatient, because like so many things, we can go online and we can get the cheapest price and we can get it tomorrow, you know? Because that's one thing that really bugs me, especially in the holidays, is people who are really, really upset about shipping times or something being out of stock, especially the last few years when it's like imports and exports are like so messed up. And I think that like in America, I don't know, probably DHL and like other places, maybe. We have DHL too, but like UPS is like one of our really big like shipping places, and the post office has been like, they don't get enough funding. And it's like, those people work so hard. And when you're complaining about not getting your Christmas gift that you ordered last minute, it's just like, I got no pity for you. That's one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to like consumerism. So, yeah, we should everyone in this chat, just make all your gifts for holidays and birthdays, and just start making them like years in advance, and make your friends and family super amazing things that will be worth the wait. And let's all try to remember the virtue and patience. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm all fired up. I'm fired up retail employee in December. Can you blame me? But the good news is it'll be over soon enough. I feel like as you get closer to Christmas, that people kind of fall off. Like there's like a couple, like I think it's like 2 hardcore weeks of shopping. And then if they're not there by like before, you get some last minute shoppers, but really not that many. Like I think people just give up like closer to Christmas and are like, all right, you're getting a check or you're getting cash. Dude, I was talking about this yesterday. We were doing like a Discord hangout and about symmetry and how my eyebrows are sisters and not twins. And I don't know. I really feel that this morning for some reason. And don't worry, Peter, it is just coffee. You're making Christmas gifts this year? Nice. So Nick Taylor Woodworking, if you follow his channel, we're actually collabing on our Christmas gifts this year. He got me a Dremel for Christmas. I'll show you later. We got to finish story time, but I'll show you the Dremel because it's really exciting for me. So I'm going to try to do some wood carving with it. He's going to make some wooden boxes and I'm going to try to carve on it. And I would like to kind of practice that skill and making these presents and then hopefully make a video about it using the Dremel. And I'm kind of, my first idea for using a Dremel in a video is I kind of want to make a dice box for all my D&D dice. I think that would be fun. Oh, yay! Jacob, you're in your workshop right now. I love that. You are a literal Santa elf in a workshop. That's very cute. Love that. Okay, so I feel like I'm hyping up the story and it's going to be so dumb and you're going to be like, Raquel, the story time. More coffee. Okay, so this morning, Nick started working on the boxes that I'm going to carve. And he's out in his workshop, in his little timber frame workshop in our backyard. And I go out to see him and like play a little catch with Django. So Django gets a little bit of exercise. And then I'm wearing my slippers, which let me show you a slipper. For context. I'm wearing these slippers, which honestly, I kind of hate these slippers. I just like haven't bought new ones, but look, there's no traction down here. Sorry to show you the bottom of a dirty shoe. Very flat. And in our backyard, there's like a retaining wall. And from our door up to the yard it's like 3 wooden steps that Nick built, and then like a railroad log thing, rail tie. There's a word for it, like that type of wood. Sorry, I'm like hiccuping. I'm all shook up. Just let me keep going. So there's these steps, and they're like bigger steps because they're like outdoor steps. But there's only like 3 or 4 of them. It's not that many. And our backyard is very slanted. So I'm walking down from like visiting Nick and like playing with Django, and Django and I are going inside. And it has been raining the last few days, and I just fucking eat it on the steps. And I feel like I slipped on the first one, and I felt myself just fall down these steps, and like I felt my back just like hit each step. And again, there's only 3, but it was just like a hard hit because there's no traction on those slippers. And my feet flew up in the air. I'm like wearing like little socks, and my little socks flew off. And I'm like laying on the ground, and I'm like, you know when you just kind of fall and like I don't even think the wind was actually knocked out of me, but like you're just like, oh, I am in shock. And I'm laying there, and I don't really want to get up because I also hit my hand. And Nick is sawing. He's like sawing something actively. And it's really loud. Like I can hear it even from like across the yard. And I'm like, Nick! And like Django's with me, and Django like understands that something is going on, and he's running around in circles. And like I feel like maybe he thought I was like playing or something. And I'm just like, Nick, and I'm like screaming, and I still hear him sawing, so I'm like, he can't hear me. And then Django is like, oh, I know what to do. And like Django has he has 2 balls in the backyard. He has a purple one that he hates, and then a blue one that he loves. And he's like, this is what mommy needs. Get her the blue ball. And he runs over with the ball, and I'm like still laying on the wet ground in my pajamas with my slippers and my socks off. And Django's just like, do you want this? Is this what you need? And then I'm still like screaming Nick all the while. And then when Django's over with the ball, I'm like, Django, go get daddy. Like he's Lassie or something. I'm like, Django, go get daddy. And at that point, I didn't even realize, but Nick had stopped sawing. And then Nick comes over, and he later told me that he's like, he heard me saying that to Django, which like obviously didn't work. Django didn't go get Nick. So Nick comes over and like assesses the situation, and he's just like, he looks at me, and he's just like, you're not hurt. And I'm like, yeah, but can you help me get up? And he's like, he picks me up, and he's like, I'm doing that thing that parents do to kids. If I play into you right now, you're going to start crying. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And then but I was like kind of salty about it because I was like, no, baby me, because I fell down. And, but then Nick had a good point because like we both mountain bike. He was like, you have fallen way harder and way faster on your mountain bike. You're fine. And I was like, yeah, you're right. But it was just so funny because like my brain was just really looking for that kind of attention, but then I got that kind of like tough love, which I think is what I needed, to be fair. Yeah, so that's my story. That's my story of the morning. And it was like literally like it was an hour ago. And I was like, when I fell, like actually thought that came in my mind. I'm like, if I have to cancel my stream again, no. How do you know the buff dudes? Hi. I don't really know the buff dudes. Like, I know Michaela, kind of. Like, she actually won. I did a sticker giveaway on my Instagram once, which, like, 10 people entered. So, a lot of people lost out on being a part of that. And I did the sticker giveaway. And, I don't know. I think Michaela from Buff Dudes and I had already been chatting. And, she entered the contest, and the way that I select the winner of the contest was Django picked a little piece of paper that was associated with the treat. And we've just been chatting since then. But Michaela's a super sweet gal, and I'm really excited to see her more involved in buff dudes. Yeah. Are those the buff dudes you're referencing, like the YouTube channel? Or just like in general buff dudes? I hope that's what you mean. The last time I slipped took me a year to get my knee built back up. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that sucks. Well, the crappy thing is, like, I'm still, like, a very active person, like, getting into my 30s now. But it does really suck. Because you don't realize it when you're in your 20s that you're, like, a superhuman. Like, that you can fall down steps and, like, nothing will happen. Or you can drink, like, way too much vodka and you're like, okay, you know. But my hand does really hurt. And it's my dominant hand. It's like the little fleshy thing. I think it's fine. Like, my hand's not broken, but, like, you can almost see my little thumb pad is kind of red because I think that took some of the heat of it. And like I said, I did hit my back, so I'm like, I know, like, I feel okay right now. But at my advanced age, I know I'm going to feel like shit tomorrow. Am I cursing too much? I don't know how streams and cursing works. Anyway. Yeah, I am lucky I didn't hurt myself. Something crazy in my family is my friggin' grandpa, when he was like 92 years old, he fell on his deck, and he was still living at home at this point, and broke his neck, like high up. Broke his neck, but somehow, like, in a super, super lucky situation, he was like fine. He like wasn't a quadriplegic or something, but they were legit like, it's amazing that you're not paralyzed. So my family, we might secretly be cats with our 9 lives, as much as I'm a dog person. Ooh, have fun seeing Hamilton. Yeah, Django's a good dog for trying to help me. Yeah, if you're gonna fall, make it spectacular. Make it count. Make it a big deal. I am kind of glad that Nick was outside at all, because I feel like if you've ever fallen and there's no one around, you're kind of like, all right, I guess I'm gonna lay here for like 20 minutes and until I feel better, and then just get up and nobody knows what happens. Very tough love with your nephew. Good. Teach him to be strong. I used to teach children how to ride bikes. Like, it was a class that I taught as an outdoor guide. And there was a lot of, like, kids falling off of bikes, and you're like, we're not gonna cry, we're fine, moving on. And it's like, you just gotta not play into them, and then they tend to be fine. Baby Raquel needs uppies. Yeah. Uppies. Help. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a parent move. Yeah, I mean, if I had, like, cracked a step, it would have been, like, more obvious that I was hurt. Yeah. Yeah, I do think the funniest part is Nick didn't hear me yelling his name at all. He heard me saying, Nick, go get, or Django, go get daddy. You thought they meant actually ripped guys. Yeah, Buff Dudes is a really funny YouTube channel if you're at all into like fitness YouTube. They're one of my favorites. I've been watching them for years, like way before I started a channel. And they seem like really nice people, honestly. They just seem like a family of people who like to exercise. Yeah. I've actually, I mean, I don't know. I'm in this weird, like, oscillating situation with my, like, personal identity where it's like, sometimes I'm like, oh, you know, I don't care. I'm just going to be happy with the way I look and who I am. And then there's other times where I'm like, oh, I should get back in shape, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to care less. And I honestly care less than I did. My sleep is unrolling. In like my 20s. But one thing that's kind of an interesting consequence of having a YouTube channel is it does make you kind of painfully aware of what you look like. And literally nobody has ever said anything to me about this, but when I started this channel, I am a big fitness person. But when I started this channel, I was trying to drop weight and gain muscle, and I was attempting to be in a bodybuilding competition, kind of just like a bucket list item I wanted to do. and I was even working with a coach and like all this stuff. And like, I felt like I was in the best shape of my life. And it was a very empowering feeling. And then, COVID happened. Or COVID happened. So when I started my channel, COVID had already happened. But I was still kind of holding on to hope that the competition would go on. So I was still like doing the bodybuilding things. And now I still work out, but I'm not like doing all the like crazy bodybuilding things, like counting my macros and whatnot. And like sometimes I feel self-conscious about like, oh, do I not look as good as my older videos? But I don't think it's real. It's all in my head. I look about the same. Like there's some differences, but it's not fair for me to want to have a six-pack when I know I'm not doing the work to have a six-pack. And that logic keeps me sane. But I'm trying to get back into running a little bit actually too. Because Django, can you see him? I think he's in this hallway. You see that little fluff? We'll move the microphone. That's a dog. That's a dog right there. He's been a little chonky lately. As much as I talked about how I'm self-conscious, here I am calling my own dog chonky. But I think part of it is from his medicine. And so I started running for his sake. We've been running together. And he loves it. He does love it. But maybe I'll become a runner again. We shall see. Throw the ball at the building. Yeah. Used to fall when you were jumping horses. When I was a horseback rider, I only got into jumping so much. It's so scary, but it's really fun. Yeah. Bodybuilding kept you sober. That is awesome. Good for you. I love stories like that. I have a lot of friends who are like ultra marathoners who used to have addiction problems, and it's been so good for them. It's really cool to see people trade out a bad habit for a good habit. And I think that's how our brain works, right? Like people all the time talk about like switching phone use for something else. Like I actually have been watching someone from YouTube. Someone commented this to me, recommended the book Leo to me, which is BookTube, which is cool that there's book YouTubers. I want to get back into reading more. But Book Leo, she recently did a video where she swapped her phone for books for a week. And I just love stuff like that, where it's like, let's take this one negative thing we're doing and trade it out for something positive. I think it's okay to have a few negative things, as long as they're not hurting you too much. And in moderation. Everything in moderation, including moderation. Yeah. So, old injuries from your 20 affect you now. Can relate. So, part of my like interest in fitness is I worked at a gym for a long time. And, I was in my 20s, very early 20s, like late teens even. And I was lifting super heavy. Like, I mean, for me, at the time, I probably weighed like, I don't know, like 130-ish. And I was like lifting like 200 plus pounds, like doing like really deep squats. And I don't know if this is the origin of me messing up my hip, but it's probably part of it. Plus, I did a lot of distance running. So I've got a legit old lady hip. And like genetically, every woman on my mom's side of the family has terrible hips. So it is kind of crazy. Like I was like such a dedicated runner for a long time, but like hindsight, I think that like I already had some damage and I didn't have the genetics and I shouldn't have run as much as I did. So now, like, even though I said I'm getting back into running, I'm running like short distances. I'm running like 2 miles with Django, and I don't have many plans to do. I probably will like cap myself at 5. No like marathons or ultras in my future. But biking, I love biking, and that is so easy on your body. Badminton. I want to play badminton. I've actually never played before. I feel like it's not as big a thing in America. Is it a big thing in other countries? Inner voice you don't want to listen to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, bodyweight exercises are really great. One thing I'm really proud of being able to do as a woman is a a pull-up, which is really, really hard. So if you're a girl out there who can't do a pull-up, do not feel bad. It took me like legitimately training to do pull-ups. And even now, like I've kind of lost it since I've gained like a little bit of weight and I haven't been working out as hard. And it's so hard. Like we just do not have, I don't know. Obviously we have the same muscles that men. I want to know the science behind it. Like maybe it's just the mind muscle connection isn't there. But it's just like learning to activate your delts was really hard for me. Oh, that's so sad. A doggy having joint problems. One of my vets recommended that I get joint supplements for Django. Not that he doesn't really have any issues. He's just kind of like we were talking about. There he is. There's a fluff ball. He is a wildman, and he has hurt himself just doing crazy stuff. Like Australian Shepherds are known to like run themselves to the ground, so he has had a few injuries, even though he's only 3. Yeah, I know the feeling of reading for work or school and then not wanting to read for fun. Quit coffee for 30 days as I drink my coffee. Honestly, it would probably be good for me to quit coffee as someone who sometimes struggles with anxiety. But even though I said I drink 2 cups, like look how little this cup is, you know? This is still less coffee than I feel like most of the world who's really into coffee. And it's just, it definitely, if I have like 3 cups of coffee, unless I'm like having a really busy day, it does make me like kind of like anxious, a little weird. But I also just love coffee. I love the tradition and ritual of it. It makes me so happy. Man, badminton sounds so fun. But I don't know how or where to play. Yeah, the nice thing about Australian Shepherds is they aren't super susceptible to joint issues, I don't think, because they're a working breed, so they're really bred to be hardy. But like I've had multiple vets say that like the problem with them is they do tend to get joint injuries because of their personalities and like how fast they are. So I'm not really worried about Django having like hip dysplasia or any of those common dog things. Another breed that's like that are pit bulls. Like, so a lot of our family have pit bulls, and pit bulls are also like, they're so playful and rambunctious, and they're really muscly, so they're kind of heavy, and they're prone to like blow out their knees. Quit coffee, hell no, rather be dead. Oh, to each their own. Oh, interesting that the CBD helped. Django's actually, he's on CBD for his epilepsy, and that has helped him a lot. His like rate of seizures has really gone down. We are so happy. We are so thankful. Poor boy is on a boatload of meds, and he takes CBD twice a day, actually. I recently was running the numbers and realized that the price we paid for Django when we got him as a young pup is the same amount we pay for his monthly medication and CBD and special food every month. So I'm like, cool. It's like we're getting a new dog every month. But I'm so thankful he's doing better. And one thing that makes me feel good about the situation is he came from like an actual farm where there were working Australian Shepherds. And I know that like someone else wouldn't have invested the time and energy to get him an MRI and try all these different medications. And, you know, I think Django's going to end up having like a normal, happy, healthy life other than like the occasional seizure. And I'm really glad he's my dog, and he ended up with a family that was willing to take care of him like that. Even though, I spend more money on this dog than myself. Ooh, a mocha. I do love mochas. That's like a special treat for me. How do you, when you make your own mocha, are you just putting cocoa powder, or like what kind of chocolate are you using? Doberman. Malinois? I can't say it. I know that type of dog. Ooh, that's a big dog. Even at 120, that's a very big dog. Django's like 65 right now. I would like him to be at 60, so he's a nice lean boy. Yeah, we grind our coffee every day. It's important to me. Brigham tea. I'll have to look it up. I also should get into matcha. I do like matcha. Yeah, I know. Like, I whine about my dog being expensive, but I can only imagine, like, if you had a kid with any sort of issue, like, 1, scarier, and 2, probably more expensive. Pet insurance. That's awesome. Yeah, the crummy a lot of people have been like, why did you get pet insurance? But I'm like, well, I can't now. He has a pre-existing condition. Pre-existing condition. It's such a bummer. So let's see if I remember how to do this. Oh, yeah. So I was curious. I wanted to do a poll while we're in here. Okay. Just because I have some ideas for upcoming videos, but you know, there's only so much data I can get from analytics. Hello. Do you guys see the poll? Where did it go? Oh yeah. The question at hand today, the question on everyone's mind is, do you play D&D? And even if you don't play D&D, are you familiar with D&D? Do you know about it? So even if you don't play it, still put yes. Probably should have put a third answer, but you know, we're flying by the seat of our pants. Is that a saying people still say? I don't think so. I think I've said that before and then immediately felt embarrassed about sounding like an old lady. Ooh, a schnauzer. I think you've shared pictures of your schnauzer before. Very cute dogs. Maca? You pronounce it maca, not mocha? You're probably right. America says everything wrong. So there's that. Why can't I see the whole poll? There we go. Okay, 60% yes. 36% no. Okay, interesting. It's illegal not to have pet insurance? What? Man. In America, I feel like pet insurance is not very common. Yeah, lots of nerds here. We love to see it. I feel like nerd culture, my hot take is like nerd culture isn't even a thing anymore. Like, I don't know, is nerd a bad term? I don't care, but I feel like some people are offended by it. But I just think about how like so few people used to be into like Star Trek or Star Wars, and now it's like Baby Yoda is plastered on everything. And I do feel like D&D is getting bigger and bigger. But I also, maybe I'm wrong because I just started playing D&D in 2018, so I feel like when you're new to something, you're like, it's getting huge! It's so popular now! Wow. Warhammer. You know, I have one Space Marine, you guys. One Space Marine that my local gaming store gave me. And I wanted to get into Warhammer, but I don't know. There's just been so much stuff about GW lately and how they're such a crappy company. Like, and I love D&D and I play a lot of D&D. I'm in 3 campaigns right now, which is probably too many campaigns, to be honest. Luckily, only one of them is like very active and we play every week, like religiously, and the other 2 are not as like, well, okay. Backtracking. If you haven't already checked it out, I'm in a D&D podcast that we've just posted the first couple episodes. We've been recording for a while, but the first 2 episodes went live, and it's so fun, and you should listen to it. It's called 20-Sided Realms. You can find it on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to podcasts. 20-Sided Realms. It's so good. This is like a new season with new characters. They actually have 2 other seasons that I wasn't in, obviously. But this season, It's really great. Two of the original cast return, obviously, Blake and Ed. They are so funny. And then the new characters are me and Brent from Goobertown Hobbies. So it's been a blast. We play about once or twice a month, and we tend to do like longer sessions, and then we're cutting them into multiple episodes. But I'm really excited with how the campaign is going, and it's fun because like we're so much further in the campaign, and like all the episodes haven't come out yet. But I'm excited for more people to listen and give me feedback and get to know my character, Penelope, the Gnome Ranger. She's small, but she's pretty tough. She's a good warrior. She gets a little nervous, but she's a fierce outdoors woman. I love her. Yeah. D&D has gone super mainstream. I don't watch Critical Role, but I feel like Critical Role being so big on Twitch was probably a big part of it. $3D printing. Yeah, so I'm really excited because two of my amazing patrons are sending me some 3D printed minis. I've never even seen any 3D printed minis in real life, so I'm excited to compare them to the miniatures I purchased at like my local gaming store. I'm stoked. And I was talking to some other YouTubers about it, and they were like, well, if you want to get into 3D printing, I bet you could get some of these bigger brands to send you a printer. Which I'm like, really? I don't feel like I have that much sway yet. I've only been approached for one brand deal ever, and it was a friggin' joke. It was some jewelry company that didn't want to pay me. They wanted me to be, they wanted me to have like a commission link, and it was also jewelry. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm a girl, but whatever. This isn't really relevant for my channel. And their stuff looked nice and all, but I was just like, thanks, but no thanks, which it felt cool to turn someone down. But that's the only brand offer I've ever had. But some of my YouTuber friends are like, I bet your channel's big enough that if you wrote to some of these 3D printer companies and you made videos about it, they would send you a printer. But it just feels like it's a hobby within itself. Like it feels like a lot to manage, but it is like cool. It's like magic. Although I need to do some research because I've also heard that it can be, some of the stuff could be really harmful to have around dogs, which, you know, Django having health issues already, I just don't want to put him at risk. Yeah, but I'm really excited to get these 3D printed miniatures in the mail. I can't wait to compare them to what I've done already. I do the Nolzer stuff. I like that they're pre-primed because I feel like I have messed up priming stuff a lot. It's probably what I'm using. Or humidity. Like living in Tennessee, it's very humid here. So, yeah. Yeah. Cool. I'm all for like easier versions of more classical games like D&D, and like all the one-page rule stuff is really cool. Brent is so nice. His character's really, really funny too. I don't want to give anything away, but his character has a really funny flaw. I love it. Call of Cthulhu. Fun. I saw a really cool Cthulhu sculpt today on Instagram. Someone made a really cute one. Yeah, I bet you Stranger Things probably made people be like, so wait, what's D&D all about? People love Stranger Things. I love it. Yeah, so it's funny that you say about the perception of nerdy stuff changing. That's something I like think about in myself a lot too. It's like, cause I've been my dad is a huge science fiction person, and like he grew up on that. Like a lot of like my fondest childhood moments are like thinking about like video games we played together, and like crappy horror movies we watched together, and crappy sci-fi we watched together. And I always remember being into that stuff, but I also remember not really sharing it with a lot of people. And we were talking about this in my Discord, but I also, I used to collect Magic cards, and I never played, but I really loved collecting them. And I don't think any of my friends actually knew about my Magic card collection, because I don't know, I wasn't necessarily ashamed, but I was like, nobody wants to hear about this. You know, like it's not mainstream enough. So it was kind of like yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't think I was embarrassed by those type of things, but I definitely didn't talk about them with my friends because I was like, oh, my friends don't care about this. But it is interesting how it's like more of a thing. And I feel like I've interacted with other people like me who are like, oh yeah, I watch Battlestar Galactica, you know, and now it's just so much more popular, which is cool. Just like whatever you like. Like, don't associate things as cool or not cool, you know? Yeah, so it sounds like more people vote. If you're hanging out and you haven't voted, do you play D&D or not? Have you played D&D? Are you familiar? Vote. Toss me a vote if you haven't. Yeah, I think if I did get into 3D printing, I would do, hello, London. I would do a little research to find, like, the safest option for having around pets. I wish I had, like, a garage to keep it in, because then I would feel good about it, but, like, I don't have a garage. Nick has his workshop, but it's not powered, and it's, like, beautiful and aesthetic, and he doesn't use power tools, so the idea of putting a 3D printer in, like, a traditional woodworking shop seems bad. Oh, yeah. I want to watch Squidmar's latest video. I have such a hard time keeping up with, like, a lot of videos of creators that I like. There's just constant content when you're making your own stuff, too. I should start playing Magic the Gathering. I know, there's a lot of games I should start playing. There's just... When you're in 3 D&D campaigns, let me tell you, there isn't a ton of time for other things. Yeah, make a YouTube channel on Magic the Gathering. Are there a lot of Magic the Gathering YouTube channels? That's like not a world I have researched. So I don't even know. 3D printing just for D&D. You know, even if I don't, I haven't even received these 3D printed models yet, but I am convinced that I'm going to like more than the ones I can buy in the store. Because in the store, it's just very limiting. And the quality, like, I like that they're primed already, but the quality is kind of iffy, you know? Like, all the Nullzard ones, at least, like, any hands or smaller pieces, they're always kind of, like, bent and weird. So, yeah, I think these are going to be better, and I'm excited. Toss a coin to your streamer? Oh, yeah. The Witcher theme. The Witcher's coming back. Oh, the D&D percentage went down. Interesting. I'm going to end that poll. And I'm going to think on it. Dude, toss a vote to your streamer. Man, now I'm just thinking about The Witcher. I'm really excited for that to come back. I've never played the game. I feel like I should play the game because I really like the show is so weird to me. Like it's kind of bad in some ways. Like it's kind of corny, but I also love it. I don't know how they pulled that off. It's like I don't know. I think it's like I don't know how I feel about really fake blonde hair. Because I felt the same way about Game of Thrones. Like, people who you know are definitely not blondes being very blonde for the sake of a character. I kind of hate it, but I also kind of love it. Because it's like, it's obviously fake, but like, does it play into the lore of like, they're magical, kind of, you know? Maybe I'm just hyper aware of that as someone who bleaches the hell out of their hair to turn it a different color. Yeah, you know, I'm going home to my parents for Christmas. I'm gonna look for my magic cards. Hopefully I can find my magic cards. And then I have no excuse not to learn how to play. They wanted to hear you speak Klingon. Can you speak Klingon? I would be impressive. I was talking about this yesterday in a Discord hangout. But I can't do live long and prosper with either hand. And I've tried. And if I push them together, what happens is my fingers push forward. Like it's extremely difficult for me to hold my hand flat and do that. 3 different trading card games. That's cool. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Yeah. Lucy eats Snickers? Snickers? I'm glad that's already working out for you. 2 months isn't like a hard time to, that's not like a hard onboarding time. I wouldn't say onboarding, like it's your job. Your job is to 3D print things for fun. Wouldn't that be a dream? I occasionally invent board games. I really want to, I don't know if it's a board game or an RPG. I haven't read through the rules because it's like 26 pages long. But Cones of Dunshire from Parks and Rec, you can find the rules, and I have them like saved on my computer, and I really want to play someday because I love Parks and Rec, and God, all the jokes around that game are so funny. Yeah, I want to play the Witcher game. Okay, so I haven't really done much, and I wasn't planning to do much in this stream either. Honestly, I kind of just wanted to get back into the habit of streaming. I really like streaming. It's just kind of like, I've said this before, I wish I had a more set work schedule so I could have like a regular stream and it'd be easier for people to like know when they can hop on and find me. But I don't have a regular work schedule, and I get out of the habit of streaming, and then I get back into the habit of streaming, and I've slowly but surely been teaching myself to get better at streaming, learn things. We're always learning and growing just a little bit. Not too much that we're making ourselves crazy, or at least that's the goal, because I am someone who tends to get really laser focused and want things to be perfect, and they're not perfect, and then I go crazy. But just little baby steps. And I figured out some things on my stream that are like kind of fun. And I feel like I figured out a few things, and I think I can keep making it better, the quality a little better. And I'll be a real streamer someday. I want to play some games on stream too. Would y'all like to see that? Oh, let's do another poll. Let's do another poll. Video games, to be specific. There we go. Next poll activated. Oh, Satanic Panic. That's the worst. Like, I've heard horror stories of people like taking their Harry Potter away. I'm like, really? Harry Potter's pretty tame as far as Satanic Panic goes. A little Klingon. That's awesome. Random streaming is better than not live streaming. Yeah, you know what? Thank you for saying that. I need to remember that I should, if I feel like it, I should just set it up. Part of my problem is like I don't have a permanent streaming setup. So like this, you can kind of see how crooked this table is. It's like a folding table I put in front of my computer. Because that's normally where I film YouTube videos. But I don't want to move my entire computer just to stream. I used to have the laptop, but the laptop was not happy being a streaming laptop. And my quality hopefully is a lot better with this computer. And I can tell you, I'm only using 13% of my CPU right now. When I used to use my laptop, it was like, send help, all the CPU getting used up. It was not good. It was not happy computer. Ooh, superhero-based RPG. Fun. Have I thought about Twitch? Yes, and I watch a fair amount of Twitch. And here's the thing, though. YouTube, like, I was thinking I would start a Twitch one day when I initially started my channel. But YouTube has really been, like, competing with Twitch. And a lot of Twitch streamers have been coming over to YouTube. So I feel like, at least for now, it doesn't really make sense for me to make the switch to Twitch, the Twitch switch. Because YouTube's trying to get better. So hopefully they'll add some more features and things to make it more like Twitch-like. Ooh, 100% of people say yes to video games. Fun. Love that. Cool. Guess we'll have to play some video games. The issue, and this is where everyone comes for me, I'm about to get cyberbullied probably, is I'm a Mac person. Look at this magic mouse, if you couldn't tell from that. So there's only so many games I can play. But honestly, I'm kind of a baby when it comes to video games, and lately I find myself, I really like watching people play like walkthrough games, like spooky walkthrough games, and like I'm sure there's some available on Mac, and I want to play Minecraft. I've never gotten into Minecraft. I think that would be fun to build some stuff. I also want to play Stardew Valley, so let's play some baby video games, and some scary ones. I either want to play really cute video games or really scary video games. That's kind of all I want. Ron Swanson. Nick Offerman, what a saint. I actually have like multiple. I think I have 2 of his books, maybe 3 of his books, if he has 3. He has a woodworking book, and then he has Paddle Your Own Canoe, and I think there's another one. Oh no, broken clamp. So sorry to hear that. Yeah, it can be tough to play and read comments. I think you kind of have to like toggle back and forth. It's hard to just exist and read comments even, honestly. No, I don't have a laptop. I have a desktop. I have an M1 iMac. It's a green one. I love it. Also, I've got like I'm someone who has like really bouncy legs, and I feel like I've been bouncing myself around. So, sorry if I've been bouncing you all around with me. Hello, Trent. Thanks for calling me a dweeb. Look who I have. The Mercast. Actually, I was going to paint him. We'll do some other activities. I was going to paint him, but Trent, you missed my story about me falling down the steps. My hand actually hurts. So painting, I feel like, will be hard. I actually didn't even do my signature cat eye eyeliner because my hand kind of hurt. Diversifying is always good. What if YouTube just goes down the crapper? I don't know, man. Should I make a TikTok? No. I always get so mad at Nick when he's on TikTok. Although he has a monetized woodworking TikTok, but it just doesn't really pay anything. Anyway, but I feel like TikTok just rots your brain. Paddle Your Own Canoe. Yes, so good. Minecraft and Stardew Valley. Let's get all the cute games going. Okay, let's end this poll. We did it. Yeah, you can definitely do chat as an overlay in OBS, which would maybe be cool. So if I did have to trim my video, it doesn't disappear. So that's a good idea. I'm learning how to do things. Let me turn on my camera. And then I want to show you guys some things I learned. One thing that's challenging because I'm using like a webcam, and so me here, this face is webcam, but then like my crafting cam is my actual camera, and it's hard to get the lighting just right, which is kind of frustrating. Minecraft, yeah, we could have, can't you like share a city in Minecraft? Could that be a possibility for us? That would be cool. All right, let me show you something I learned how to do. You'll be so impressed. Look at this. I've got a little moving frame. Are you all impressed? This feels like a real streamer thing to do, to figure out how to do this. And also, if anyone is not subscribed and watching this right now, which I would be surprised because I don't know how you would find this stream if you weren't subscribed, you should hit subscribe because I think something cute might happen. Yeah. Or like if you are subscribed, you could even unsubscribe and subscribe and see if it happens. Maybe it won't work. Who knows? But I've been learning how to do things. See? Do I look like a real streamer now with my little moving box? Are you all impressed? This took me longer than I'd like to admit to figure out. And I also did not do it the way that the internet told me to do it. I did it a way Raquel figured it out, and I think it works just fine. So there. I'm not the worst with computers, but I am someone who will choose to do something my own way. Oh yeah. It'd be so fun if we had like a little shared. Sup, dog? Luke in the house. What up? Hello. All my friends are here. This is so great. Someone shrank me. Yeah, I'm in the little box now. So, I wish this cable's kind of in the way. My cable management. Oh no, now I moved the microphone. Okay, whatever. The cable's it's just gonna have to stay here. I'm too scared to move things. I don't like moving things during the stream. Smurf? Do I look like a Smurf? No, gnome. Go watch 20-Sided Realms. Or not watch. I guess you could just stare at the podcast. It's a podcast. Go listen to it. I'm a gnome. So I'm small in that. Okay. Let's check in on why Trent is here still. This is the Murcast, I think we decided his name was. I was going to work on him, but my hand really hurts. And I also closed all of my paintbrushes in this closet and then set up my stream and forgot about it. So I only have really crappy paintbrushes available, which honestly, this is like such a silly project. But I do need to finish it eventually so I can mail it to Trent. Because it's modeled after Trent. It's the Miscast Mermaid. I was thinking that I want his skin to be blue. And what do y'all think? Like, should his skin be a skin color or should it be blue? Or should it be green because he has the snake arm? We mustn't forget the snake arm. Oh, see it? Beautiful. Look at those pectorals. And that belly button? Can't wait to glue that gem on. Cannot wait. You normally play... Oh, you unsubbed and resubbed and the thing didn't happen? Darn it. Why didn't the thing happen? Did you see the thing? I wonder if I have to have the website open. I wonder. No, why would I have to have the... Hold on. This is my old overlay, which is also cute. Do we like this better? It's not moving. But there's that one, and then this is current Raquel. Oh, his skin should be hot pink? Interesting. I like that. We'll see if the... So, spoiler. Because I didn't see it happen when you unsubbed and resubbed. When I get a subscription, I did set up this little thing where it's like, Django's like, yay, in this little video that should happen in the screen. And it felt like I was a real streamer when I set it up. But if it doesn't work, then I don't feel like a real streamer. Although, let's try. Let's try. Here, let me give you all a good view of my friggin' keyboard. And you can judge me for not knowing how to type properly. Is that upsetting to y'all? Knowing that I can't type properly? Is this fun, just looking at me stare blankly? I wonder if I do have to be logged in. No! Okay, wait, I feel like it should be working. Maybe not. Oh, weird. So I'm using Stream Elements. I don't know if some of y'all have heard of it. I don't know. I don't know if I need to be logged in for it to work. I don't know how things work. I'm learning, you guys. I'm learning how to be a streamer. Oops, I still need to have the chat pulled up. I want to see what y'all are saying. But maybe figuring out chat overlay would be the move. Okay. Why I have you all here. Oh, dang, it's kind of dark. I'm by a window and the sun is changing. And like I said, my cameras are different. So it's hard to adjust the lighting for both of them and have it both look good, which kind of drives me nuts. The other one has Django. It is a tiny keyboard. It is a tiny keyboard. So check this out. Are you all impressed by this collection? Are you impressed by this artwork that young Raquel made? So I was sharing this in our Discord last night, our patron Discord. And there are some gems in here. Let me tell you. I actually want to sell some of these. My local gaming store, you can make an appointment and sell some of your cards. And because a few of these are worth Tens. Oh, look! It just happened. Did you see it? Did you see the little Django? Yeah, it works. Cool. Good job, me. Look! Benjamin Kraft. Thank you also. Yes, little Django. Ah, yes, the alerts are working. I'm so happy. Yay! Maybe Stream Elements did need to be open too. Cool. We're learning. We're becoming real streamers. Maybe should I keep the little moving box and then also put Django somewhere on the screen? You know, for when he's not lurking in the hallway. Is he still in the hallway? Yeah, he's sleepy. He's a sleepy boy. He's a sleepy boy. This is a gem right here. This is a Pokemon. The first movie. This is an pristine, not even filled out little, I think this is from Burger King. This is from Burger King. What year? 1999. Prince has a great song about 1999. I've been listening to a lot of Prince lately. He does not reference Pokemon. Move my tiny keyboard here. But aside from just like bragging about my immense collection and impressing you all, I want to show you some more homemade Raquel artwork. Also, this is so dirty. This is like clearly something a child owned. There's like literal dirt all over these like sleeve protectors. So look at this Charizard. You know, it's a shame because Charizard would be worth a lot of money. But it's so damaged. It is so damaged. It's a shame. It's a shame. Collectibles, Raquel. Young Raquel. These are collectibles. Yeah, I was pretty organized, right? Like, for a little kiddo. I guess we could guess I was doing this in like 1999. How old was I? 10. Yes. Hi, Rob. You are fashionably late. Fashionably late. Blah, 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 blah. Say that 3 times fast. You also missed me talking about how excited I am for the miniatures you're sending me. I'm really excited. I think I'm even going to make a video about them. Rob, I'm also going to do this. I'm about to grant you power. With great power comes great responsibility. Also, yeah, you know what, Peter? You're getting power too. Anyone who's a trusted patron, not anyone. I don't want to make all the patrons moderators, but anyone who I feel like is up for the task. How could I dirty the cards? I know. Hello, welcome. Man, I have still never played with Monster Clay, Nutty Newfie. I really want to try it someday. Are you stressed that you're a moderator? Sorry, Peter and Rob, I just like thrust that power upon you. Do you want that taken back or do you want to keep it? As long as you behave, you can keep it, I guess. Unless it's too much for you. Yeah. Yeah, Left Wind Dragon, you've been chilling as a moderator. I feel like you're one of the OG ones. I don't know what's up with all these random not Pokemon cards. I'm not impressed by them, I'll tell you that much. This is a weird Electabuzz. Welcome to my stream where I show you Pokemon cards. I just want to, there's like some I definitely want to point out. Do any of you watch? This is such an obscure streamer, you probably don't. But focus on my card, not my hand. Look at that Raichu, glistening. Am I gonna get demonetized for showing Pokemon cards? I don't know. I don't know how the internet works. But Boba is a streamer I really love on Twitch, and she has a Raichu tattoo, which is cute. I don't think I could ever get a tattoo of like something someone else created. Oh no. Haha, it's okay. Everyone who's becoming a moderator. I won't abuse it unless it's totally comical. Okay, good. You know, the good news is like It's very easy to make you all moderators, and it's very easy to take it away. Never forget that. You could lose all your powers in the blink of an eye. But the real reason, where are they? See, I've got my Pokemon organized by Pokemon type. I made some bootleg Pokemon. Okay, this one's, it's really hard to get it out, but I'll show you. I'll fight the good fight. Watch it turn to dust. Eee! Look at this. Rockdon, 150 hit points. 90 damage for Rock Throw. Thor. Oh, I spelled throw wrong. Isn't that adorable? That's cute. It's a rock Pokemon. I'm pretty sure this is just 100% like, let me design my own original Pokemon. But wait, it's just an Onyx. No one's impressed, Raquel. That's not original. That's just a ripoff, is what that is. But he is stronger than the original Onyx, so there's that. You know, one thing I do like about Pokemon lore is, like, originally some of the Pokemon did not evolve, and then when they threw the second batch out, some of them were like, oh, discovery. They do evolve. I like that. I like that we learned about the Pokemon. Look, did I show you? I even did the back of the card, so it's legit. So it's real. Man, I wish there's gotta be, oh God, don't lose the coffee. There's gotta be some place where you can find out who these artists were that were making these Pokemon cards. Cause like, what a sweet job that was. Being a Pokemon card designer. Sorry, I'm hitting the mic with the Pokemon cards. You know. And this is, Drill. Drill. 40 damage. Peck. 60 damage? Or does it say Peck Go? Hard to say. This one's a little bit more original, to be honest. But the artwork is not as good. It's not as good. Yes, Hunter, hello. I have Pokemon cards. Glad you're here. It would be fun to sculpt a Pokemon. Gosh, wow. For someone who streams, I'm pretty bad at talking. Yeah. I made the friggin' border for the cards. It's dedication. Like, I detail-oriented child. Okay. Were there any other I made? Oh, so this Dragonite, I did some, like, very loose Googling of my cards when I retrieved these from my parents to see what was, like, worth anything. And actually, this card is worth, I think, like, $200 maybe on a good day. It's so cute, though. Is it silly of me to be like, oh, I should sell this? I could use $100 from this Pokemon card or whatever, but I'm like, oh, but this is one of the cute ones. I was also talking to my parents, and I was like, well, maybe I should save them. Like, maybe they'll be worth more money. And, like, literally everyone I know is like, well, if you're going to sell them, because they're not going to be worth money. And I'm like, you don't know that. This is also coming from someone who, my parents are forbidden to throw away my Beanie Babies. There's, like, literally a giant trunk of Beanie Babies at my parents' house that, I don't know, will probably be there forever. So, I feel like the Japanese cards, this is my hot take on Pokemon. Can you see these guys okay? They're just, like, kind of more beautiful to me, honestly. The artwork is so cool. Really cool. Oh, I should read the chat instead of getting so caught up. Yeah, North of the Borders channel is just amazing. I love the Attack on Titan one. Dragonite is so good. That is a good favorite Pokemon. It's so cute. You knew an artist that contributed to Magic the Gathering? That's awesome. Yeah, I think the Magic cards did. They say the artist name on the cards. Yeah, I wish Pokemon did that. I wish a lot of cards did that. It's like really good exposure for them. Dude, I gotta show you all this card. This one's just... Oh, there's a couple that are really cute here. Let's get them out. Let's get them out. Let's get some fingerprints on them. Risk their little Pokemon lives. It's just for the sake of cuteness. Isn't this a fun stream? Just looking at Pokemon cards? Butterfree? Are you kidding me? How cute! So cute, yet kind of ferocious. I love it. It's so cute. And then this Bulbasaur, this art is just like, scrumptious. A little Bulbasaur in a flower patch. Love it. Imagine this Bulbasaur is having a great day. Imagine you're a Bulbasaur. The sun is shining. Flowers everywhere. You look like a flower. It smells great. You're just munching on some grass. Living your best life. Just being a Bulbasaur. That's what I want to be. Just a little grazing Bulbasaur. That's my dream. Pocket monsters. We gotta put them back, you know? We gotta make sure we're storing these all properly. Let's look for some more good ones. Vaporeon is one of my favorites. I have the Japanese card and the English card. Jolteon, too. Depends what mood you're in. Are you a Jolteon or are you a Vaporeon? What's the other one? Let's go back to the English cards. We gotta review. Do I have them all together? There's like Eevee, and then there's Vaporeon. There's Jolteon. Maybe I don't have the English cards. I feel like I saw them. Maybe I'm going too fast. Dragonair. Maybe I might be a liar. I feel like we saw them. Anyway, whatever. Vaporeon, cutie. Cutie. Ponyta, classic. Jigglypuff, can never go wrong. Meowth. I think these are both Meowths, but they look different. They're very cute. Meowth is basically just a lucky cat, like the design. What was this one named? Was this Polygon? Or something? Just Polygon? Yeah, learning from other artists is a great way to get better at things. Oh, Mew is such a good favorite. Mew is so cute. You can't go wrong. Also, look at this. This is 2 different Eevees. It's funny that that's like a thing. And Rattata? No. Is this a Rattata? There's the Rattata, right? The purple one? And then there's also the band Rattata. I don't know. What's that Pokemon named? And then look at this. We got some stickers. Good stuff. Good stuff. So that was my Pokemon collection. There's also this Onyx. Haggaroo? Is that the real evolution of Onyx? Also, I definitely spelled Onyx wrong. Whatever. When you're a kid, you don't have to spell things correctly. That's part of the deal. But this artwork. This is like squad goals, for sure. Your Pikachu. You're rolling deep with your pals. Oh, this is, these are the mouse ones I was talking. So is this Rattata? Rattata? And then what's this one? Tell me. Tell me the name of these Pokemon. Oh, I have a ancient Mew. Look at this. Ooh, so sparkly. I think this is also like a card you got at like Burger King or something. Copyright 1995. Wow. Why do this card is actually stunning. Absolutely stunning. Man, I didn't even think about this, but like, how hard am I gonna laugh if I get some sort of like copyright claim for showing Pokemon? I don't know. I don't know how it works. I truly do not. I try to just do my own thing, or things that are like inspired by, to avoid that. I'm gonna pop myself back in this window for a second so you're not just awkwardly staring at my hands, and I can check up on the chat. Check in on you guys. Make sure everyone's okay. How is everyone? You guys doing okay? And gals? Y'all? You really should say y'all, because y'all means all. We're doing some creative procrastination here. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Fixing some minis. Flareon? Yes, Flareon. I had Jolteon, Vaporeon, Flareon. Forgot about that one. Porygon? Was that what it was named? Like almost Polygon, but Porygon? Oh, it is just Polygon. Because of L and R in Japanese. Interesting. Fancy Mew. Ratatat equals Raticate. Okay, interesting. Oh, we got the Mew from the movie. That's where it came from. Like when you went to go see the movie, they gave you the card. That's awesome. Even YouTube doesn't know how YouTube works. That's probably real. You know, here's the thing about streams. Hot take is it doesn't really matter if it gets demonetized afterwards. They can't stop me right now. But I don't know. I make like $3 a video. It's fine. Who cares? Look who's here. Look who has decided to grace us with his presence. What are you doing here? You visiting? You saying hi to everybody? What a star. What a little star you are. You're such a ham. Such a ham. He woke me up at like 6 a.m. today, needing snuggles. Favorite Pokemon? I didn't know that Bulbasaur is my favorite Pokemon. Is that your favorite Pokemon? I do love Bulbasaur. I don't know what my favorite Pokemon is. I do like Togepi. Weird one to like. I like Jigglypuff. There's certain programs at work that we use, and my icon is Jigglypuff. I somehow feel emotionally connected to Jigglypuff. I do like Pikachu's personality in the show. I feel like Pikachu's kind of like a complicated character, like doesn't like to listen, and I can relate to Pikachu. Yeah, Django's here. Google more about Pokemon. Oh, yeah, Django's a good boy. Let's see if he'll sit up on my lap. Come here. Come here. Don't knock the table over, but can you jump up on my lap? He's like, I won't do it. You're asking me to do it? I won't. I won't. He's the goodest boy. He's the goodest boy. What is my favorite Pokemon? That is a hard question. What's your favorite Pokemon? He doesn't know what Pokemon is. Yeah. But Django, he woke me up early today at like 6. And he does this thing where he digs me out of the blanket and he just wants pets. He just wants pets. Right? Oh, let me move your arm. Oh, you talking into the mic? He's like, I got talking to the mic. I got a lot to say. I was filming yesterday for a video, and this is like the 3rd or 4th time this has happened, that I'm like trying to sit on my couch and just to film somewhere different than just in the crafting room. And Django's like, oh, we're snuggling on the couch? And he cannot help himself but hop up there and get involved. So it's very cute. Sometimes annoying, but very cute. You can't fault him for wanting to snuggle. Right? He's a happy boy. Django might be like, he would maybe be, even though he doesn't have a tail, maybe he'd be like a Ninetales. Or like maybe he's Eevee because he's young, he hasn't evolved yet. He's just like a little fluffy guy. Yeah, maybe Jigglypuff is my favorite Pokemon. It's just such a good Pokemon. I do really like Meowth. I like Meowth's sassy attitude. And that Meowth can talk. Like, why is Meowth the only Pokemon that can talk? I feel like maybe it's in the show. There's some, like, origin story about that. Can't remember. You gonna bite me? He doesn't really bite me, but he'll like, his favorite thing to do is, like, to bite my nose a little bit. He'll be like, chonka chonk. Right? He looks so unamused right now. I think he wants some FOOD, some LUNCH. We can't say it because he's smart and he knows words. Yeah, cats walking on your keyboard where you're trying to work. That sounds about right. Have you all seen Miss Cat's new cat? Miss Cat? The Miss Cat? Miss Cat's kitten? So cute. Faye, the little tiny black cat. She's a perfect angel. I think she's only been in one YouTube video so far. And we can't wait to see more. She's very cute. Very cute. So, I hope you all are having fun. It's nice to just hang out. I'm sorry I didn't have much crafty things to do today. But the Pokemon cards, that was a wild ride for us, wasn't it? Another thing I want to do, which I assume is going to take me like 2 seconds, is this. It's a unicorn puzzle. I've just had it sitting like on my desk for a while, and it just looks so stinking cute. I feel like I need to finish my coffee because Django's involved and he's gonna knock things over. He left. Hate to see him go, but love to watch him walk away. Nailed it, Raquel. His cute little wiggle butt. Very cute, fluffy butt. But this unicorn totem, let me tell you about it. So I have this amazing friend, Beth, and she's one of the only people who calls me Q. Most people call me Rack, or they just call me Raquel. But Beth calls me Q, which I think is cute. And she said, I saw this and thought of you. Hope it brightens your day. And it did. When I got it in the mail, it's so cute. I love stuff like this. And I also love that it's made of recycled cardboard and printed with vegetable inks. So that's pretty darn cool. So I wanted to build it, and I wanted to take a look at it and see if it's something that I felt like I could paint. I mean, I like the colors of it in this picture, but I think it'd be fun to like maybe paint like a star pattern on it or something at some point. Make it my own. My totem. Oh, yeah. Django knows a lot of words. I kind of want to get like, you know, those, let's go to the camera too. I kind of want to get those, buttons so dogs can tell you, like they can hit the buttons and tell you what they want exactly. I think that would be cool for him. I think he would get a lot of use out of that, but then he'd also ruin my life. Unicorn puzzle. I might have said this on a stream. I am such my father's child. Like, my dad's a really good storyteller, honestly, better than me. But he is known to just repeat stories. Like, then they're good stories. I feel like I repeat myself a lot. But don't we all? Maybe we all do. What was the story I was going to repeat? I don't even know. Gosh, guys, I'm the worst streamer. Can't stay focused or talk. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. It was about Django. We were talking about Django and the buttons. And when he was a puppy, we got this little bell that mounted to the wall, like by the door. And if he wanted to go outside, like to go to the bathroom, he was supposed to ring the bell. And he learned how to ring that bell so quick. And he went from like using it only for bathroom and then using it for evil and to torture us. So the bell quickly left the house. Who's the best Ninja Turtle? I don't think there's a best Ninja Turtle, but I feel like not all the Ninja Turtles were fun. And I feel like I need to look up pictures of who's who to like accurately tell you my favorite Ninja Turtle. Who, I feel like there was one that was like always very party boy. The one, is it the red one? Is that Donatello? Or Raphael? Was Leonardo the Killjoy? Like, one of them's kind of a wet blanket. Not that one. Oh, yeah, Gundam. Gundam models would be fun. I did a couple Gundams when I was a kid. And I think that would be fun. But I don't know where to get them. My local hobby shop is mainly Warhammer and D&D. And then also board games. And also comic books, which is great. But I don't think they have Gundams. Maybe they can order for me. Or I could buy them. Squirrel. Yeah. I have more... Oh, look, a squirrel energy than Django, honestly. Yeah, I should really get some Gundams. That's a great idea. That would be really fun to build and then paint on stream. And I also think Gundams have really good bits for kit bashing. Donatello. Is it Donatello? Look at my organic, naturally dyed unicorn. Mike the best? Was there a Ninja Turtle named Mike? Oh, Michelangelo. Are you on just like a nickname basis with Michelangelo? Leonardo, blue, leader, and wet blanket. Yeah, for sure. Donatello is purple, the brain. Raphael is the edgy sass master. What color was Raphael's bandana? Michelangelo is the party one. Print some Gundams on my new 3D printer that I'm going to just beg someone to give me. I don't know that I want one. I don't even know if I want one. I don't know if I'm emotionally, physically, mentally ready to own my own 3D printers. Hobby Lobby and Target and Amazon. Those, don't get me wrong. I buy things from Amazon. I try to avoid it, but there's certain things you can only get. All right, here we go. We're popping out the unicorn head. Oh, dang. Already. Some of the cardboard is getting stuck, but actually it comes out pretty good. Better than I thought. I thought it would be more of a fight. Gotta get the horn out. Actually, this would be so fun to repaint. It probably would have been easier to paint pre-popped, but I want to build it first. I want to know how big it is. I should paint it and then send it back to her. That would be fun. Oh, don't. Okay, that can rip. That would be fun. I just had a moment where I'm like, do I need to look up the directions? And I'm like, no, there's like 10 pieces, Raquel. If you can't figure this out, then there's no hope for you. Oh, we just got locked in. Okay. This is actually kind of a nice material. Maybe I can use this for something, because I'm a trash hoarder, right? Hopefully we can use it for something. Actually, I want to look at the picture of how this is made. All right. I also like this for, I have been wanting, I will get around to it eventually, as I am with most things. I've been wanting to do another cardboard sculpture and not light it on fire. And I feel like this kind of like structural idea is exactly what I need to do. Oh, I keep hiccuping, sorry. But here's the idea I just had. I could even copy this template, blast it bigger, and then make my own big unicorn, but like add a bunch of details to it. Now we're thinking. Now we're brainstorming. This has got to go here, right? This horn looks a little bit different than the horn in the picture. But this is definitely the horn, right? There we go. Ooh, cute. Actually, this horn looks better than the horn in the picture. The horn in the picture's got like a bend in it or something. This is so cute. I love this. Technically red. Comics were all red bandana. Yeah. Luckily, one of my lovely moderators in the chat can print things for me. Isn't that lucky? No, I'm really excited, Rob. I'm so stoked for the models you're sending me. I think I'm like already preparing to be very impressed by them compared to the models I've worked with before. This is kind of confused by this. Is that right? That doesn't feel right. I guess that's right. Cute. Just a little unicorn. And then this is, where's the unicorn body? What part of the unicorn is this? We'll find out. I think that maybe attaches the tail. Yeah, that looks like that attaches the tail. This looks like it's, yeah. Are Gundams so complicated that you need instructions, or is it kind of like this situation where you're like, hope for the best? Trash hoarder, relatable. Yeah, well, here's the thing. We're all destroying the planet, right? With our trash. So we might as well keep as much trash as we can and turn it into art, right? That's how I look at it. I only keep the finest of trash, though. The trash that inspires me, that sparks joy, that could potentially become art. Not all trash. Not all trash is magical and artistic and inspiring. You gotta be choosy with what trash you hoard and you keep in your closet for years. Oh, Nick asks, has Django had lunch? The answer is no. So I hope you fed him. Cardboard is great for building stuff, and cardboard is so available. Ah, laser cutters. Yeah, actually, Rob, we should talk about laser cutting some stuff. There's potential. There's potential for fun projects to abound. No, not yet, Nick. Thanks, guys, for letting Nick know that Django needed to be fed. Oh, halfway between this and IKEA furniture. I do not like IKEA furniture. I think mainly just because of the quality of it. This is higher quality than IKEA furniture. This unicorn, it truly is. Okay, so let's see. Does it matter which leg is which? Okay, this is a leg. Yes, it obviously does. I guess I could change it though if I really wanted to. Not like the back and the front ones, but left and right. Doesn't really matter. Okay, here's where we got to get our thinking brain on and figure out, because the colors are, I don't think the colors are exactly the same as in the picture. Okay, so this goes here. I mean, they're close. They're close enough that you can get it. And I think this is, yeah, that's those pieces. This is the unicorn torso. This is so cute. I really like this. I actually feel like this is like shockingly sturdy. Like I'm kind of impressed, honestly. Like I thought it was gonna be way crappier. But it's kind of nice. And it's organic. No, it's not organic. It's what did we say it was? It's recycled and vegetable inks. Does it say organic? We don't know if they're organic vegetable inks. But I like that. I like the idea of that. Okay, I'm guessing these look like the leg holder things. This has got to be back. This has got to be front. I can kind of see a little hint of red there, so that makes sense. Oh, in terms of like how complex they are. Okay. I also feel like I would feel more motivated to work on a Gundam than like to assemble like a crappy IKEA desk, most likely. Okay. I just like pushed that in kind of hard and I felt that like twinge in my hand from like in my little thumb pad from where I fell. Nick, you missed, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but you missed the whole story time about how you didn't let me be a baby when I fell down the steps. If you're late to the chat, know that I fell down the steps today. And Nick made me just be a big girl and not cry. Okay, we're getting there. So cute. It's really cute. I can't decide if I like or hate that it's like disjointed. Like, you know, like the colors are all different. I think I like it, but I think it still would be fun to paint. I probably, like, if I decide to paint it, it's kind of glossy. I don't know if you can see. Do y'all think I should prime it? It is I mean, it's, oof, get out of here. It is like thicker cardstock, but I wonder if it's something where it's like I should avoid getting it too damp. Cute. I kind of want to look up what other types of little puzzle builds this company makes. I wonder if they make anything big. Like, it'd be fun to get one of these and like totally redo it, like add a bunch on. Ooh. Look at that, so stable. So majestic. Wow, it's actually kind of cool. Oh, as it falls over. Are your legs in all the way? I wonder, I bet you this tail's gotta act as a counterbalance. But I can't, here's the thing, I can't tell. This little piece is like tapered. Oop. I feel like, I'm just trying to figure out which end goes into which. I bet you the smaller one goes into its body. Maybe? Maybe it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's gotta be. There's not enough space for it to fit the other way, I think. Maybe it's the other way. Actually, it doesn't feel... It's like the one piece this entire process that I've been like, this doesn't feel right. I don't know. It's about the same. That didn't really change it. Why are you not standing so good, though? I mean, it stands. It's not great. I wonder if I did something wrong. We're a little lopsided. We're a little lopsided. Disappointing. But I bet you maybe there's just something I did wrong. Or maybe I should switch the legs. I almost feel like if I switch the front legs, even though it's the opposite of the picture, let's just try it. No, that's worse. Definitely worse. I kind of like the idea, though, of its little... I like the front leg being up. No. So boring, so lopsided, so disappointing. Thank you, Lila, for joining us. This has been a boring stream. I mean, I warned you all, so I don't feel bad about it. As long as you warn people that you're doing boring stuff, it's fine to do boring stuff. That's how I feel about it. Why are we lopsided? I think, I think it's just the way it is. Or what if, I feel like it's the design itself. Oh, there we go. I just changed the legs a little bit. Look at this. This beauty, this majesty. That is a cardboard unicorn. It's pretty darn cute, actually. I really like it. And I like that I switched up the legs. Because, like, see in the picture, the little bent leg is in the back. But I kind of like the bent leg being in the front. There's more movement that way. It's more interesting. At least I think so. None of cats. Yeah, none of cats in the stream. There was a lot of Django, though. We should be thankful that he agreed to appear in this stream. Appear? Man, I wish there was like some sort of app I could install to count all the words I say wrong. Never enough cats. Yeah, I think, what I did to make it more stable was I just didn't push one of the legs in all the way. But if I do commit to paint this, I don't know, when you popped in, Lila, so glad you're here. Thank you for being here. But I was thinking this might be fun a friend mailed this to me. It might be fun to take it back apart and like paint it and then mail it to her. And I feel like if I took the time to do that, it'd probably be worth it to make it a little base so it stands up really well. Boring just means more chatting to me. If you're focused on creation, you would be less engaging with audience. My take. Yeah. Honestly, a lot of the streamers that I watch regularly are just like yelling at their chat, which I love. I just think it's funny. You like the Picasso colors? So if I was to paint it, should I not paint it? Is that what you're saying? Maybe I should just like embellish it, like keep the overall design, but like, I don't know, put some details on it. What would you recommend? My initial reaction for painting a unicorn, I don't know why my brain goes here, would be to do like stars, like galaxy stuff. Maybe it's just because I really like painting space. But that's what I was thinking. But I'm open to suggestions. Open to ideas. Just checking things here. There's so much you gotta do while you're streaming. It is true. If you're doing more complicated things, you can't chat with chat as much. I am the only streamer you watch, and I stream like what? Like every few months? But the goal is to stream more. I should really try to stream tomorrow even, because all my stuff is set up. I should just leave it here and just stream tomorrow. Maybe. Cool. I like this unicorn. Hopefully you guys like it too. Kind of fun. I think you should paint it what you want to paint it because you want to paint it, which I guess is not that helpful. But it's kind of helpful. Follow your heart. That's my favorite advice to give people when they're like telling me something they're unsure about. It's just to follow their hearts. Get the unicorn in frame here. This is my thumbnail if this was a normal video. Wow. Crazy girl on YouTube makes unicorn. Cool. Well, thank you for hanging out with me, y'all. I probably should go and like live my life soon. I think I might have mentioned this in my patron Discord, but I recently got a new car that I cannot drive yet because I'm learning to drive stick. I mean, I'm learning, so like I can drive it in a parking lot, but I need to go practice driving my car today, which is a weird thing. It's a weird feeling to be like, I'm learning how to drive again. But I'm really excited to learn to drive stick. I feel like it's a good life skill. And all of you Europeans in the chat drive manual all the time. Cool. Well, thank you so much for everyone who joined in the stream today. I had a lot of fun as always, and I hope to be back soon. Maybe I'll find some games I can play. I think that would be really, really fun. And everyone in the poll, 100% voted yes, that you would love to see video games. So I'm going to try to make that happen. Try to figure out how to do that. Cool. Thank you, friends.